Have you ever felt like the whole world is against you, and no matter what you do, you can't seem to get ahead? It's a sentiment many of us know all too well. Life is a roller coaster of trials and tribulations, but it's not these challenges that define us, rather how we rise above them. Imagine the strength it takes to keep going when everything seems stacked against you. In the face of adversity, some people crumble, while others rise. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. Born in the mid-19th century in a small town in Ohio, Edison's early life was far from the trajectory one might expect for a future inventor. His formal education was minimal, with his schooling ending abruptly when he was just 12. Edison's teachers considered him too curious, too questioning, too disruptive for the traditional classroom setting. But this didn't deter Edison. Instead, he took matters into his own hands, embarking on a journey of self-education. He read voraciously, soaking up knowledge from books on a wide array of subjects. This self-taught scholar wasn't just content with learning what others already knew, though. No, he wanted to create, to innovate, to change the world. And so he turned his attention to inventing. But the path to success was paved with failures. The light bulb, his most famous invention, didn't come easily. In fact, it was a journey filled with countless trials and errors, with thousands of attempts that ended in disappointment. Imagine the frustration, the disappointment, the self-doubt that must have crept in as he watched another filament burn out, another bulb shatter. But Edison wasn't one to be easily discouraged. He didn't see these failures as a sign to stop, to give up, to admit defeat. Instead, he saw them as stepping stones, as opportunities to learn, to grow, to improve. His persistence eventually paid off. After numerous attempts, he finally discovered the right filament, the correct design, the perfect conditions to create a light bulb that worked. A light bulb that didn't just burn out after a few seconds, but that could provide light for hours on end. His invention changed the world, illuminating our homes, our streets, our cities. But the story of Edison is not just about the light bulb. It's about the power of perseverance, the importance of resilience, the value of failure. It's a testament to the infinite potential that lies within each of us, waiting to be unlocked. Yet, despite all these setbacks, Edison never gave up. Edison's story is a testament to the power of perseverance. As we delve deeper into the life of this remarkable innovator, it becomes apparent that the road to success was paved with countless trials and errors. Edison's journey to the invention of the functional light bulb wasn't a straight path, but rather a winding road filled with obstacles and setbacks. Imagine a scientist huddled over his workbench, his face illuminated only by the faint glow of a candle. Night after night he toils away, experimenting with different materials, tweaking his designs and inching ever so slowly towards his goal. Each failed experiment, each dead end, each fruitless attempt could have been a reason to quit. But not for Edison. Edison didn't view these setbacks as failures. Rather, he saw them as stepping stones toward success. His resolve was unshakable, his spirit indomitable. He once famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." These words weren't merely a reflection of his optimistic outlook, but also a testament to his steadfast commitment to his mission. Edison's journey was a marathon of resilience. His story is a vivid illustration of the power of persistence, of the magic that happens when you refuse to give up, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. He didn't allow the specter of failure to deter him. Instead, he embraced it, learned from it, and used it as a stepping stone to his eventual success. His countless experiments, the 10,000 ways that didn't work, were not in vain. Each one brought him a step closer to his goal. Each one was a lesson learned, a piece of the puzzle that would eventually lead to the invention of the light bulb. Edison's determination and never-give-up attitude eventually led him to success. His story is a stark reminder that perseverance is not just about stubbornly pushing forward, but about learning from our failures, about turning setbacks into stepping stones, and about never losing sight of our goals, no matter how elusive they may seem. It's a testament to the power of perseverance and an inspiration to us all. Edison's story illuminates the power of motivation and inspiration. Think about it. What drove Edison to continue his work despite the numerous failures? It was motivation, a deep-seated determination to make a difference. But motivation alone is not enough. It needs to be coupled with inspiration, a spark that lights up an idea and drives you to pursue it relentlessly. Edison's motivation was fueled by his curiosity and his belief in the potential of his ideas. He was inspired by the idea of creating something that could change the world. He was driven by the vision of a future where people could light up their homes at the flick of a switch. This vision kept him going, pushing him to experiment, to fail, and to keep trying. In our lives, we often face difficulties and challenges, but, like Edison, we can use these obstacles as opportunities for growth. Each failure is a stepping stone towards success, teaching us valuable lessons. As Edison himself said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." When we are motivated and inspired, we develop a resilience that allows us to overcome adversity. We become focused, determined, and persistent. We keep going, no matter how difficult the journey may be. We become like Edison, who, despite the odds, never gave up on his dream of creating the electric light bulb. So, let's take a leaf out of Edison's book. Let's use our failures as stepping stones to success. Let's be motivated by our dreams and be inspired by our vision for the future. Let's remember that with the right motivation and inspiration, we can overcome any adversity. Edison's story shows us that with the right motivation and inspiration, we can overcome any adversity. So, what can we learn from Edison's story? Well, first and foremost, we learn about the power of perseverance. Edison's journey wasn't a path strewn with roses. He faced numerous obstacles and setbacks, but he never let these deter him. He kept going, kept experimenting, and kept learning. His determination was unwavering, and this, my friends, is the true essence of perseverance. It's about not giving up, no matter how difficult the journey gets. And then, there's the power of motivation and inspiration. Edison's story is not just about his inventions. It's about the fire that was burning inside him. This fire was his motivation, his inspiration. It was what drove him to push beyond the boundaries, to question the norms, and to constantly seek answers. We all carry this fire within us. The key is to ignite it, to let it guide us, to let it inspire us. Edison also teaches us that failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone towards success. It's a learning process. When Edison was asked about his numerous failed attempts before he successfully invented the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset we need to adopt. We need to embrace our failures, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones on our path to success. Lastly, Edison's story is testament to the fact that success doesn't come easy. It requires hard work, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of your goals. It's not about the destination, but the journey. It's about the lessons learned, the experiences gained, and the person you become in the process. Remember, no matter what challenges you face, with motivation and inspiration, you can overcome anything. So, let's take a leaf out of Edison's book. Let's learn from his journey, and let's keep that fire of motivation and inspiration burning bright within us. As we wrap up, ask yourself this question. How many times have you found yourself on the brink of giving up? How many times have you considered throwing in the towel because the challenge seemed insurmountable? It's in these moments that we need to dig deep, find our inner Thomas Edison, and press on. Edison's life was not an easy one, but it was a life lived with purpose and a relentless pursuit of innovation. He faced countless failures, rejections, and setbacks. Yet, he never let them deter him from his path. Instead, he used them as stepping stones towards his ultimate goal. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Think about the challenges, the obstacles, the setbacks you've encountered. Consider how you approached them, how you reacted, and most importantly, how you persevered. Remember, it's not about the number of times you fall, but about the number of times you get back up. Let your motivation and your inspiration be your guiding light, just as it was for Edison. Let this story of Edison inspire you. Let it remind you that no matter how dark things may seem, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, and you have the power to reach that light, to overcome, to succeed. The next time you face adversity, remember Edison's story. Remember that with motivation and inspiration, you too can light up the world.